Hello folks, we'll be having another batch of conversations. Today my name is Devan and I'm not alone. I have with me Chinwe, Somto,
hi everyone,
Rakiba,
hi,
and Roy.
hello.
Yeah, so together today we'll be talking about residual income, which is just a big way of saying that extra thing you do on the side to earn a little something more. Most Nigerians, I think it's a culture. I don't even know if it's a culture, but I think most Nigerians do not have only one source of income. If you meet a Nigerian who has only one source of income, then they are hampered in one way or another, maybe health reasons, maybe they're just coming out of school, they don't have ideas yet, maybe they're still living in their parents' home. But I think most mature adults with responsibility tend to have more than one stream of income. Am I right?
Yeah,
Sure.
I agree with that.
And I think that's the reason why we're all here today, because we all have one thing or another that we're doing on the side that we can talk about and educate people and so on and so forth. So that's what we will be focusing on today. And I hope that it turns out to be something that is a bit of an eye-opener for Nigerians who are maybe still head-scratching, not knowing which direction to go, or if they should even bother at all. Somto, why should anybody have a residual income?
Well, you can also say streams of income too.
Yeah.
You can always call like having different streams of income. So number one, I think because of the economic situations and because of the different needs competing for attention. So sometimes the funds you have or the money you have or the source of income you have might not be able to meet, all these needs. So what happens? You start looking out for different sources where you could, meet this, needs adequately, and then you could come up with different concepts or different ideas on what to do, to augment the main stuff you're doing. But at the same time, sometimes it can be distracting also.
Yeah, we'll go into the distractions a little later.
Yeah.
For instance, for the longest time, I used to have just one source of income, which was, whatever job I'm doing right now, because most of the work I've done has been pretty demanding. But I did. Because I do.
Triangle things.
Yes. When you say triangle, people think of pyramid schemes, which are low-key, shady. Yeah.
Okay.
But network marketing is primarily about face-to-face marketing. And essentially what happens is that these companies just take that element, the money that we're going to put into advertising the product. They say, okay, since word of mouth works far better than,
TV, radio. And
yeah,
all the
very
media.
cold, impersonal advertising. Why don't we pay people who will help us talk to their friends about our products?
yeah, family.
So essentially, that's the concept around network marketing. For instance, I'm sure all of if you know a place that sells really good Chinese food, and you have friends who you are going to recommend it to them for absolutely nothing. In fact, you drive them down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, but these companies are saying, we don't want you to do. We know you're going to do it anyway, but we don't want you to do it for free. So we're going to give you a reward. And because we're giving you a reward, we're hoping that you'll tell even more people. Go outside your circle of friends, outside your circle of family. Talk to strangers
Outside
too.
the regular box.
Yes. So they take the money that we're going to put into advertising and put it into the hands of people who are willing to do the legwork. And because of that, the products really go out there.
What was exciting about it? Was it in
making it
meeting
so
people or
addictive.
making, yes, exactly.
Good.
Was it in meeting people,
What is
making
exciting
money?
about it is the hype around it. Because I was just coming in,
Okay.
I was just starting at the time. I would read this and they would have such a wonderful market. When you get to stage 5, you'll win a Jeep Then by the time you get to sell, and it's true.
Oh, really?
It's true. No, it's true.
Okay.
I have friends who have won those vehicles.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. When you get to stage 4, you're going to win 2 million naira. When you're on stage 3, you're going to win 750,000 and a trip to Dubai. Yeah. It's true.
It's like Nigerians will call it to ginger your swagger.
And it gingers you, wow, and oh my, you're so hyped up. You're like, hey, see, like maybe after 8 months, I will have that Jeep. It will be brand new, tear leather. You know what?
That strategy is
The
working.
people who
working.
earn, see, if you see a network marketer driving a branded car, doff your hat.
Oh.
Doff
They
your
worked
hat.
hard
It
for
is
it.
blood, sweat, and tears.
Yes,
Work.
it is.
It is work.
Yeah.
And while I'm saying it is work, I have friends who earn cars like yearly. There's this girl I know I don't know if I should call her a girl, she's a woman. There's this woman I know in Makodi. If you really want your product to go out and you want to use network marketing platform, if you bring her on board, you can just go home and fall asleep. She has won so many cars, she's practically lost count, and you'll see them branded.
Wow.
Yeah, because she hits the ground running. And that woman is a civil servant. She's a student. She's a wife. She's a mother.
Now you're talking
Right.
about residual income now. You are talking about
And
residual income.
when she's doing the network marketing thing, if you really want to be, because it's so hard, if you really want to do it, you pick a product, you stick with it until you get,
Yeah.
she'll take like 3 products easy.
And clients.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And
She's earning, I think she just earned a car last week or
Okay.
what? She earned one last year. Different companies.
And the thing is that the question it pops out all the time when people talk about, like you're talking of network marketing now. You'd be so shocked she doesn't have only that one. She has other things. She could also be into poultry. She would also be into...
She's a farmer.
Aha, there you are.
right.
That's exactly
I
what
know
I'm
she
talking
owns
about.
a rice farm,
Uh-huh.
and on a few occasions, I've jokingly told her, I said, sweetheart, you have to tell me what you take.
Right. I was going to ask.
Where do
that.
you get the
Steroids.
energy
Where do you
from?
get
Are you
this
on
manic
steroids
energy
or
from?
Some
something?
people are naturally born that
Something
way.
like
streams
that,
of
huh?
Yes,
income.
some people are
Is
naturally
it
born that
for
way.
everybody?
So
Or is it for people that have certain jobs or those that don't have certain jobs?
It's for a certain kind of person.
It
It's
has to
certain-
do with personality.
It's
Okay.
your personality.
Is
Yeah.
it the
Personality.
personality? Okay, what if you have the personality
Yeah.
and you work 9 to 5, for instance, or
You will
8 to
make time.
4?
So,
Is it possible to, even with the personality, to be able to combine?
I
So-
thi-
so I
I
want
think
to-
it's
She
possible.
said she's a civil servant,
Yeah.
and I believe she works 9 to 5.
I also want to add something
Let's
now.
know what
Yes.
civil
Yeah.
service is
So
too in
wait,
Nigeria.
let me add something now.
Yeah.
For you to engage in anything, especially business, you have to be able to understand your SWOT analysis, your
Yes.
strengths,
Strengths,
Your
weaknesses,
weaknesses.
and
Mhm.
opportunities.
Yeah.
opportunities.
These are very
Assets.
critical. And that's when you also know your strengths, your personality, and your strength. So that woman is certainly blessed with she has the gift and the talent
To multitask.
to not just to multitask, but to have personal or interpersonal relationship with people.
Yes. That
So some
is very
people in
important.
quote are not built
For that.
Yes.
way. So she has discovered her talent and she's putting it into use
use,
effectively,
good use,
and
yeah.
it's working for her. So and that's why you see some people, they say, this woman has earned a lot of vehicles. This woman is getting vehicles,
Yeah.
and they enter with all the whole energy they have
Yeah.
in this world
Yes.
into that particular thing.
And they go and fail.
And you find that they are going to fail.
Yes.
Why? Because they are not working
Human
in what they are
relationship.
being destined
They're not
for.
cut out
They are
for
not
They're not
cut out
fashioned
for that
that one.
particular stuff. So even the way she's excelling in what she had found her hands to do, one can also excel in another
In
field.
something else.
If only they can work in what they are fashioned out to do.
Yeah.
I agree completely.
Yes, I really agree.
So
Then
as
coming back to what Chinwe said, and agreeing with you too, Somto, like this particular lady, like I said, she has a regular job. Okay? I don't know what hours she works, but I know she has
Okay.
a regular job.
Okay.
I know she's a student. I know she's a wife and mother.
Which is a
I know
very
she's
good
a
job.
farmer.
Wow. She's so
And
steroid.
the network marketing thing she does, it's different companies, different products.
But I
How
think
does
with
she do
network
it, though?
marketing, once you have your people in place,
Yes.
you don't have to do it all by yourself.
Yeah, but it
of
starts
course,
from somewhere,
the,
though.
The thing is, the interesting thing with network marketing is this. You will be shocked that the truth is what happens, why people fail in network marketing it's not because you as a person, you lack passion. You can have all the passion in the world, but
Patience.
your team is going to be filled up with people who sign up, go home, and fall asleep.
Yes.
Right.
Sure.
Yes.
So you're left doing the whole
Whole
work,
work.
by yourself. So if you're lucky, and because, yes, it does come up as some form of a pyramid, if you're lucky and you somehow secure a strong hand on your left,
Yes.
and at some point secure a strong hand on your
your
right,
right.
it helps.
Yes.
Because
It builds
they
the
also
team.
now begin to make up for the weak people they are going to bring
Yeah.
in.
True.
It's those weak people that make that's what has given the thing a bad. There are people, and then the way it's marketed to people. No, you just register with 10,000 now. After 2 weeks, like that, then the person just wants you to sign up. They don't tell you the level of difficulty
They don't
involved.
tell you your activities.
They don't tell you you have to break a sweat.
Yes.
They don't tell you. Some of them are 2x2 matrix, meaning you have to bring two people, who will do
to get
two
two
people
people.
each.
Yes.
Some are 5x5. You have to
Yes.
bring 5 people. That will bring 5 people each,
Yes.
and all that. They don't tell you the level
All
of
those things,
difficulty.
yeah.
So you pay your 10,000, go home,
And
cross your legs,
and wait for
and,
the
begin
money.
wait
to
for
wait
money.
that
Wait
you're
for the
going to earn a
money.
car. You will not earn a car.
So I tell people, for you to get involved in residual income
Yeah.
or something that should support what you're doing, you should be able to identify what you're good at
Absolutely.
and what you can do absolutely free for people. Like, for example, that woman, if you check it now, you can find out that she has very good relationship with people, and she's the kind of person that can spend time, engaging with people, both in
Chit-chatting.
churches and places. So she's built that way. So for you to engage in another stuff that will give you extra money or fund or income, I think you should be able to discover what you're cut out to do. So that is the first major step, what you're cut out to do. And once you discover that, you discover that you're also happy doing this. These are things you can easily do for free for people without even being paid for it. So you find out you get into that role, seamlessly, and you are going to be able to contain whatever you're doing with your main job, and it's not going to be maybe an issue for you and all that. So I advise people, one of the major steps one can take for you to start to looking out for residual income is for you to discover what you love. It might be singing, it might be writing, it might be editing. For example, you're so good in writing and you're so good in editing, so you can do online editing for people, for organizations, and they pay you.
Yeah.
Then it can also be MC, master of ceremony, that you work throughout the whole week, and on Saturday you go to events and then go do your stuff, and then you're excited doing it.
It
So
could be something you can do on your laptop even.
exactly.
Yeah.
Simple as
Yeah.
that.
Exactly.
And
Then
you get money.
some people too are very good with internet, social media,
Yeah.
chatting.
Yeah.
So you
Technology.
see what is happening now on social media. That some people are on Instagram or Twitter and all that. and
Okay,
they've
let me
been
just
able-
interrupt you
Yeah.
rudely. I'm a social media guru. You don't want to enter my Facebook page.
How many followers you have?
5,000. No. Those are the friends. So I've reached my limit now, so it's even followers I have. Like my Facebook page is like a job. Like my husband really hates me when he sees me on Facebook because he's talking to me and I'm like, because I'm, how is that going to turn into money?
Well,
I really need that Facebook page to turn into money. I need that to happen like yesterday.
well, all of us are seeing what is happening now. To me, one
Yeah.
of the silent millionaires or business people that you see now are those guys on social media. So, for example, days are gone when if you want to get into the movie industry, you have to go to Worker.
Yes.
Or go to if it's in Enugu, there's this hotel they call Nico Hotel. Those days that celebrity go, and then you want to just let them just give you a role.
Yes.
But with your phone and with constant
You can
skits
upload.
every day, maybe doing a funny skit every day, make sure you're constant for the next 6 or 7 months.
Yeah, you're
You
out there.
become so popular, and probably you must have gained a whole lot of followers, especially for example, Instagram, And then when you do that, you find that you have a whole lot of people commenting on your page. You're driving so much traffic on your page. And so you also look now that a lot of companies now don't do television advertising
adverts,
again.
online
They are
advertising,
moving
yes.
the funds to online advertising because now research has shown that over almost 80 to 90% of Nigerians have mobile devices and internet and 247. they're on their phone.
Yeah.
And that's why you see that they say something goes viral. So
Yeah.
you find that these individuals are always on their cell phone.
Right.
So that's the easiest way to advertise. So people can easily meet you and say, oh, we want
And
to
use you.
And you know, talking
to
about
advertise.
I
social
want to do
media,
something.
I
and
had
then you advertise.
Okay.
I'm waiting to be used.
Okay. From what he's saying, from what he's saying,
Yes.
I'm trying to gather one or two things.
Okay.
And I'm looking at it from if I have to stay stable, trying to advertise myself or get myself on the platform, it means I have to have a plan, and plans must take time, and times must take resources.
Yes.
If I don't have the resource to put myself on that
Yes,
platform,
yes.
we're talking multiple streams of income here.
Okay,
we're looking for who should have it, why they should have it, when they should have it. And
So,
stuff.
so the good thing there is, let's be so sincere with ourselves.
Right.
We have access to internet. Everybody has access to internet. Sometimes you put your data in your phone and you don't even know what you're doing with your data. And before you know it, the data runs off.
finished.
Yeah.
I had a conversation with a friend, and then she told me that she wanted to start up farming business, and she wants to start delivering to people, fresh farm products. I say it's a very, very simple thing. Instead of paying money. So why not the time you put on your Facebook to say, oh, today I've enjoyed myself. Oh, peeps, today I'm not feeling happy. Peeps, I'm having that. And then uploading
selfies.
I'm
eating
uploading
chicken,
this thing.
shawarma,
That's what brings the traffic
No,
now.
I'm coming. Why not upload those things in your area? Now, a lot of people have different areas of interest.
Okay.
And when you come on Facebook, people follow people that are in their own area of interest.
Yes.
Some people are fitness junkies.
Yes.
They follow people that are doing stuff on that area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some people they have
food people.
are food people. So they are people that call they are fashion. They call themselves food bloggers.
Food bloggers.
So
yes.
every day they cook
They are
something,
there and
they
they-
make it so nice and they dish it out.
Yeah.
And they also have people they call fashion bloggers.
Yes.
They are so good with like dressing. Those kind of people after dressing they take pictures. So I have a friend that suddenly started that. Started that many years ago. Now she's one of the biggest in Lagos that do fashion. What she does is once she has a new outfit that is so lovely, she takes good short pictures and then she puts it up there,
Yeah.
and people start
Exactly.
commenting. So
I
now
want
people
this, I want
order
that. Yeah.
those outfits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Order those outfits on her platform.
Yeah.
Then also, if you're a writer, you have people that have interest in writing, people that want to buy books or love probably self-help books. And once you're good, you have that. So the thing is, you have to carve out a niche for yourself. Normally, even any business you start have to take time. So you're talking about time, that you have to have a plan. Even any residual income you're having, you have to have plan. No matter what, you have to have resources, even if it's 1,000 naira.
Is the resources
No,
we're
no,
talking
I
about
think
here?
sometimes we
the starting
concentrate
point is
too
what I'm
much on
talking
the
about.
resources
Yes. I don't know if you understand
or
where
the
I'm coming
capital, as we call it.
Yes,
I like
capital.
I like what Chinwe
Capital.
is saying.
Sometimes we concentrate too much on that. Sometimes it's about the planning, your mindset. You need to know what it is. You need to focus. You have to have that focus. You need to have a plan. Focus on your goal, what it is that you want to achieve. And with your plan, with a timeline, one step at a time, and remain consistent. You keep, following that plan that you have. Before you know it, these things will start
And
trickling in.
talking about social
One by
media, I
one.
had a friend say that if you have like a certain number of followers, Instagram actually pays you.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
Yes.
You should do
I've
that.
not heard
It's
about
on
that.
Twitter, it's on Instagram. Yes, if you have a certain number of
Yeah. It
people
could be to your
following you on
advantage.
Instagram.
They pay.
Yeah.
Facebook is not paying my
Even
government.
sometimes-
Instagram pays you. I don't know
Like
about
me,
Facebook,
I-
You
but
know,
they
I've
it's
actually
someone
actually
like
pay
you
you.
that
my
has
Facebook
up to
account.
5,000
I
They
have.
pay you a certain amount of.
Those things are business. I have a
Yeah.
short. There was a time I visited one of my friends, and then there was this guy that was sitting there. Then my guy was now telling me, I think we went to get something. That guy is sitting there. He's a multi-millionaire. I said, what? He said, yes. So I said, what does he say? Facebook blogging.
Yeah.
Yes.
Which one is Facebook blogging?
Say
Yeah.
Facebook
Tell me
blogging.
something
So
I
that
don't
guy
know.
has a page
Yeah.
on Facebook. All he does is to post pictures of babies, lovely, fine babies.
And that's it?
Yes, and that's
A
it.
Nigerian.
And he has been doing that. I think that's why I say consistency.
No,
he
yeah,
has done
yeah,
that.
I
he has
said
done
a Nigerian.
Yes, a
Yeah.
Nigerian. He has done that. He has international followers around the whole world.
There you go.
I hope
And
some
then-
of you are picking ideas from here.
Exactly.
That's the whole point.
And-
You're
then-
even
and then
talk-
Facebook-
Let's come
Facebook-
back home. Let's come back home to her, right?
Yeah.
You said you have up to 5,000 followers, right? Do you realize that someone that wants to market a product, for instance, can just
Exactly. I
send
was
it to
even
you?
going there.
Yeah, I do that for free for my friends all the time.
Exactly.
So
you
you
can
have to
begin.
put
You now.
a
You
price
can now.
tag.
Exactly. You can now put a
So
price tag to it because they know. Oh, she has up to 5,000
1,000
people.
followers.
And not just having 5,000 followers, you have to also have content. Your
Yeah.
content has to be such a way that when I come to your page,
Yeah.
your content has to be speaking to who you are.
Yeah.
So there have to be something you should know for.
If
And
you come to my Facebook page, you're
yes.
going to be addicted.
So you have what it takes to make this happen.
Yeah, because I have people who, because I my page and my phone number is there. I have people literally sending me text, oh, we didn't, phone calls. You haven't been on Facebook for like 2 days. What
There
happened?
you
I'm
go.
Like, really?
So what
You
you
guys
have,
actually noticed.
so,
Then
so,
you should take it to your own
You take it to the next level.
What you have to take it to the next level.
Yeah.
So now
You can just take a token for advertising
Yes.
Yeah.
products.
And then
Before you know it.
Before you know, a
will
big
be-
company start approaching
Yeah.
you.
Yes.
And then let me also tell you something. Have you noticed now that when musicians release music now, where did they take it to?
They go to YouTube
Twitter.
and
Not
and-
even YouTube,
I-
Instagram,
iTunes.
even.
YouTube.
They go to
Yeah.
YouTube. They go
That's
to
iTunes.
No,
iTunes.
Yeah,
that's
it's all
no,
about
no,
it.
no,
Places now.
iTunes is normal because people go and
They
buy.
go there to buy.
But you know the secret about YouTube? So there's these guys that started something. One little girl, I think Makanjo comedy or something.
Yeah.
that they
Yeah,
started.
Emanuela.
Yes,
Emanuela.
Emanuela.
So
Yeah.
those
Funny
guys
child.
are so big now that YouTube pay them big money.
Yes.
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 So
I do
that-
have a YouTube
that-
account
It all
that
has
they
to
pay
do
me.
with the viewers, number of
Viewers you
So
have.
you're getting-
Yes.
So that
because you're
there's-
cutting traffic.
There's
Translates
some
to
number
cash.
of
Yes.
viewers you're
I
going
do
to
have a
have,
YouTube page where
and
they
they'll
pay me
start
too.
they'll start paying you.
There you
Okay,
go.
you have a
You
YouTube
should
page.
talk
I have
about
a
that.
YouTube page where they pay.
Okay,
You
what
open
do
a
you do on your YouTube
You open a
page?
YouTube account. Like I am into voiceovers and voice for books. I do voice over for books.
Wow.
So I voice books. So I have the 48 laws of power.
I
others do other
I
things.
absolutely
I
agree
love
that,
that.
you
Wow.
should be doing something with your voice.
Yeah.
So I have
Literally, yeah.
that one, but I'm a farmer too. I do also have a farm where I manage my chickens, goats, and then those ones. Outside that, but we're looking at social media as the marketing platform right
Yeah.
now. We know, okay, fine. People know now, from this little we have said, they know they can sell.
Yeah.
What do you do with the carpenter who doesn't even have an internet phone?
No, but you already said it. He's a carpenter already, so he's doing something.
Yes. But
Mindset too.
he's got like
Remember,
2 or 3
mindset
other
is very
streams.
important.
Outside being a carpenter, he's like an MC too at weekends, and he plays the conga. And, you know, for these Yoruba shows.
Okay.
And so I wonder, how do you want to put that kind of guy on social media platform when he doesn't even have?
So the thing
you know,
here, the thing about here is, I think knowledge.
Yes.
That's why they say knowledge is
It's
power.
power.
It's
And
power.
they say that the day you stop reading or the day you stop learning, that's the day you stop dying.
Exactly.
So people learn every day.
Yep.
So that's why we're having this conversation.
Exactly.
Because people are listening to us and
Yes.
people are getting insight and getting
Insight,
knowledge
yeah.
on how to go about this. So I think the preaching or the talk now, that's why you hear a lot of people say they are having you hear on radio that we're having conference to tell you how to make money on the internet. So these are why all these programs are being made, that people open your eyes to say these are where the real deal is. So
Okay,
I think it's
let
more
me
of
just
publicity.
interject here. So much of what we've said is very urban.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Granted, there are more people now who have access to the internet, smartphones, and so on and so forth. But then there's still a whole range of people who will have that smartphone, and all they'll do is be looking up pornography and all this kind of crap.
Yeah.
But then, apart from that, what of the person who
Doesn't
just
have
has
access
your
at
regular
all?
phone? You know, like somebody in the village, whom even if you were to give them a smartphone, would
They
probably
wouldn't know
just
what
use
to
it
do
for
with it.
making calls.
Yes, he
you know.
wouldn't really know.
So for somebody who is disadvantaged in such a manner, what kind of sources of residual income do you think we could suggest
Depending on what's available, wherever you
within that axis, right?
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
what I think.
there is this waste to wealth thing that most Nigerians have not taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Right.
I look at the polythene, the waste, the letters everywhere. And those people who are there can pick it up. You can do a lot of things with it. It's very
That's because
easy.
they don't know
They
this.
don't know.
Knowledge.
That's why he
Knowledge.
said
Knowledge
education is
Education,
key.
knowledge is power.
Knowledge
just
is
like
power.
you said.
Yeah.
They can melt them. It becomes hard. You add polyvinyl chloride to it. It becomes a hardened structure, and you mold it into your roads, your prefab toilets, your prefab houses, and a whole
Really?
lot.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
Yeah, I would have thought that was a
So
It's
an
not rocket science. It's
environmental-
not rocket science.
So
it's
adding-
really not rocket
so
science.
adding
But
to
you
what-
have to know to be able
You
to
really
do
have
that.
Yeah,
to know
you
to
must
be
have
able
the
to do
knowledge.
that.
So adding to what you just said, when we're in university, we belong to this student volunteer organization called Student of Free Enterprise those days. So we go to villages, we go to up to carry out some interventions and all that, social interventions, and then later will come out on a national platform to do like a competition. People bring out their projects and all that. The school that have very good innovative one goes abroad and all that. So we had this project we called the Waste to Wealth project. So what we did was we went to a village in somewhere in Paiko, you know, around where Walada axis, here in FCT. And they had a lot of dirty environment and had issues with mosquitoes and all that. So what we did was that we got the young people in the village together, and then we had an arrangement that these young people will pack every day. Some selected young people will pack the dirt of every household. And then those households...
And sort it.
Yeah, not just sorting it, you know. Sort it, you know. Get the ones that can be used, maybe can be recycled, and then dispose the one that can be disposed. And then a family pays a little token.
Okay.
So what are you doing? You're creating employment.
Yes, and it's a stream of income.
It's a stream of income too.
I agree.
So those guys are keeping, and then some of them also offer services to clean some places for some people.
Now this is a rural area you're talking about.
And then people are
how
giving.
Sustainable is it? That's always my, you know, creating that enabling environment and making sure that it lasts beyond just here and now. It becomes a way of life. How is this? Does it still exist?
Well, honestly, I have not been there in a while. But sometimes when you're trying to put some interventions, you have to make people understand the reason why they should do this. Number one, the health hazard that we're trying to keep your environment clean to get you away from mosquitoes and malaria.
Right.
And secondly, we want you to make small money.
Yes.
And thirdly, we want you to be busy. So anything that involves making, no matter even a little money, people get interested. That's an incentive.
Yes.
So and to me, that is something that you can also add sustainability because they're not doing it for free.
Yeah.
So if they are doing it and they are getting some little sums of money or incentive for it, I think it's something that will continue. They're also keeping the environment clean.
Yes, but to some extent where I have a problem with it is it's a laudable idea when it starts.
Yes.
And then, yes, they are making something.
Yeah.
It comes. But if it's not to that appreciable level where it can beat them above some level of meeting their needs, they will stop it.
They will stop
eventually because it's not meeting up to their regular needs, and so they will want to just draw.
I think another thing which is worthy of mention here, so that I'm hoping at some point, you know, we begin to change our mindset, is the mindset of these people in that area. Sometimes they feel it's their right for you to provide for them. I don't know if you guys have this.
Yes, they feel like you owe them something.
Yes,
they have this feeling that you owe them something.
You need to provide for them.
Yeah.
They don't necessarily have to do it for themselves. So I think that's where there's also a problem.
So I think that instead of going to your village and giving them money, and then you give 5,000, you give 10,000, you give 2,000, and then wait, and you come back again. Have you ever tried to say, for example, when you visit your village or you go for Christmas, and then you put up a little intervention? Maybe if you could put up a little training on how to learn some skills. No, you're laughing. Have you done that before?
When they insult,
I know people that have.
You see, I have myself.
Have you done that?
I have myself.
So at some point, they will tell you please that you should give them money.
In 1992, I went to my place. There was no submersible pump. So I had to put a surface pump by the borehole. It used to be this borehole they pump in your manual. So we removed the head and put a surface pump and then put pipes. And I said, okay, fine, you guys have something now. You have one technician, it's called Godi. That's one local name like this, I will remember. Now, Godi, you take care of this machine since you are good at this while I'm away. Right. Godi will be charging those people money for fixing those things. Those people will eventually stop coming, the thing breaks down, and then you're not at home for 8 months. You are there for the next Christmas.
Like
That's
you
See
said.
that the
exactly.
thing has crushed.
So-
And God tells you all sorts of
Well,
stories.
well, the thing there is about aptitude and aptitude.
Exactly.
That is why we have to keep on working to change the way people
Mindset,
think,
yeah.
to change people's mindset. So time should come when we should start having conversations with people on why you should do this and why this is
Do you
good
think
for
that's
you.
going to change that?
Well,
No,
I think it's a process.
Yeah, it's a process.
It's a process. It's not something that takes like
yes, we need to start.
few seconds.
It's a few seconds.
Yeah.
So, and it's also connected to inspiring people.
People, yeah.
You know. So, for example, when you go to the village and then you have conversations with people and say, what if I come every time and I give you 2,000, and I go next time and I give you 2,000?
Let me
On
tell
what
you-
I'm coming? On what if I'm able to, help you to start something, and I provide you with a seed capital,
Yeah.
and your business is growing, or what you're doing is growing like Mr. A. Example, because people like example. I mean,
Yeah.
which one will you prefer?
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about 80 to 90% to prefer the one that are good. In as much as you have
course.
the people who are not interested, you still have the good ones who are interested and who wants to get that
Yes.
things done.
We're looking at the percentage of that population
Then we'll have
out
to
of the so
we'll have-
many.
we'll have
If
to
we are
change it
gonna
by the-
dwell on this, we're gonna take the whole hour talking
It's
about
true.
this.
It's true,
Yeah,
but I will
because
say
it's
some-
actually
Yes,
a very big problem.
it is.
Yeah.
We talked about waste to wealth. We've talked about resources online,
Market
using
platform.
the internet.
In-
We talked about network marketing and so on and so forth. There's, let's face it, somebody like me, for instance, I'm very unidirectional.
Yeah.
Or maybe that's the term you use only for microphones. I don't know. I'm very like yeah.
Straight jacket.
Yeah, if my attention is here,
Yeah,
it's
that's
here,
it.
I'll perfect it, I'll do it well.
So you can't multitask.
I don't multitask very well. That's
okay.
the truth. One other thing will suffer.
Right.
But if I if I need to multitask, if I finish this thing completely and put it to bed, then I turn around, but I cannot do this,
this and this.
But at least you can Facebook.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
No, Facebook for me is leisure.
Leisure.
It's my
Yeah.
hangouts,
Yeah.
thing and everything. That's why
pull
my husband
off.
hasn't been able to wean me off it. I'm like, hold it. I'm talking to my friend here. So, but how much of a distraction could residual income, getting because most of us don't do it because, oh, I really want to have another, work
my
to do.
time.
It's because you need to have extra income.
For survival.
Yes, for survival. So how much of a distraction could it be?
You know,
from other
personally-
things that are equally important, like family time, leisure, health.
Yeah.
From my own experience, I have 2 demanding jobs. I own
Okay.
a fashion house and I work in a hospital.
You don't advertise yourself enough. I'm sure that came from, that's one of the
Regalia,
Fashion
yes.
house.
You just sit down and they keep quiet.
So, when you have those kind of jobs, you would have to be stressed out at some point.
Sorry, you have a fashion house and,
I work in a hospital as a physiotherapist,
oh wow, okay.
which requires me to be there from 8 in the morning and 4 p.m.
And I've been limping.
till 4 p.m. I mean. So when you have
There
those
you
kind
go.
of jobs, it's actually very, very difficult to manage your time. Because at some point you would need to be here and you need to be there. But what I would tell the viewers out there, it's all about teamwork, planning. You have to plan the way it will work for you.
Yeah.
You have to not allow your other source of income affect your job. For me, my job is my primary job. I mean, the hospital job is my
You don't
primary
play
job.
with it.
I don't play with
That's
it.
why
So
you're
you
paid
give
the
your
salary.
Exactly, exactly.
So you
That's-
don't allow the thing you have on the side to interfere with your
interfere
work.
with it.
You have to make that a priority. You have to make that a priority, knowing that, okay, this is my job. Okay, because I started the hospital job before I got into the fashion industry. So what I'm trying to say is it has to do with the planning and time management. Okay, for me, I go to work in the morning and then I have time in the evening to go to my shop and see what the tailors do. But for you to be able to, manage this overtime sustainability, like you said, it has to do with teamwork.
Yeah.
Can I say something?
In that aspect. But if you're the kind of person that usually just go on your laptop and do it, you can do it after work. It's all about, prioritizing and then knowing what works for you
And then maybe
the
having a
right
sense of
time.
discipline.
I think
Exactly,
that's-
sense of
I
discipline.
think it's very difficult. The business terrain in Nigeria is pretty difficult.
Yes.
Very, very, nothing is
Absolutely.
predictable.
Yes.
So I was going to say, yes, it's good for you to have a focus, to have a plan. For instance, you do an 8 to 4 job, right?
Yeah.
And then it's 8 to 4 on paper. But in reality, you're there maybe till 7.
12 to 12.
You know,
You're there till 7. What do you do in a situation like
so
that?
I also have one question to you or to all of us.
Okay.
Must you have residual income?
Must you have?
Yes.
At this rate,
I want to add something. Must is a quote. We can
That's
talk
a
about
good-
that.
yeah.
Must you have residual income? Then I also tell people that there's for you it's very, very, very important that you specialize. It's very important that you are known for something.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because if you're not known for something, nobody will not even know what to add to you, associate you with. So find out that some people, because of the residual income, in quotes, they have gotten into the cat race.
Yeah.
Because you're here, you're there,
neither
you're here,
you're
there.
everywhere.
So nobody can say you are
This is what you're
actually
known
very,
for.
very, very good in this. So I advise people that for you to get involved in something residual, extra income or anything, you should be a master of something. Because most times when you become master of something, doors will open from being master of something, you know, other avenues connected to probably the first thing you've started.
Yeah.
For example, we know about, you know, AY.
Yeah.
AY, the
Comedian.
comedian. Of course, AY started with stand-up comedy.
Yeah.
Stage.
Stage play from there, stand-up comedy. And now the guy has diverted into what? Movie making.
Yes.
Oh.
So you could see the direction and you could see the link and you see how this trend,
The progression
how
from
the
point to
progression
point.
is going.
That's a good
So
point, yeah.
when you're doing
a
something,
flow.
yes,
Yes.
there's a flow. Make sure you do it
Well.
perfectly, very, 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 very well.
Yeah,
So
but I still want us to come back to this whole business of how it could be a distraction. Rakiba has told us how she manages the two that she's doing. And she tries really hard not to allow her personal thing interfere with where she's working for somebody else. But imagine that you have a family, like this other lady I was talking about. I actually wanted her to be a guest on this show, but the problem is she's based in Makudi, she couldn't come and so on. How do you juggle family, farm, school, work? This. When do you have time for yourself? When do you sleep?
When do you have time to do all of that even?
No, she has the time. That's the problem. She has the time to do all of that. And you know what? When I first joined this thing, sometimes I'd wake up at night to go pee or something, and I'd hear a ping on my phone, and I'll check. And this woman is on WhatsApp 3 a.m. in the morning.
My
So
God,
I'm like,
her
good
health
Lord.
though.
When no, and she doesn't fall sick. This is the thing. That's why I've been asking her, what do you drink?
But there's something that is suffering.
Yes.
Either the family,
something
must
there's,
give.
there's something you have to give
You
up for
can't
that.
take it all.
Yeah.
Something
That's
must
why I
give.
wish you
Must
were
give.
here, because I would have asked her, Teso,
To-
what in your life is suffering?
Right.
Because something must
Something
suffer.
Something must suffer.
so
There's something she would
yeah,
have to give
so,
up.
Yes.
Either
Something
happiness,
must give.
health, family, or anything
Something.
that only she could
So
enter.
I also tell people that you have 24 hours in a day to do a whole lot of things.
Yes.
And then also tell you sometimes almost half of I read an article that they asked, what do you do from 7 or from 6 or from 7 after work till 10 o'clock? So she said something about planning. Planning is very, very, very important.
Fundamental.
Yeah.
Planning
Very
is
key.
key. If you have good plan
Yeah.
and you stick to that plan,
You
you
execute.
find that everything
Falls
fall
in place.
And secondly, you don't take more than you can, bite more than you can
You
chew.
can chew.
So sometimes because people want money, they just grab this, grab that, and at the end of the day,
Everything
you
suffers.
can't even have the money because there's no time.
You have
to
not
actually
completed any of the jobs.
Yes.
So the monies have not come.
come.
And you have lost reputation.
Yeah, you've
And
lost
like
you
you
are
said,
exhausted.
know what you're
You're
good at
exhausted.
and stick to it. Not because Mr. A is doing
Exactly.
this, you would want to do it and
Absolutely.
rush into
And then you
it.
find
Just
your-
start when you're ready.
And then you find yourself in the office.
Yeah,
Some
timing.
people even in the office because of like that madam. She must have finished that thing with, in 3 a.m. in the night, and then she comes to work, and then she's
doing
she's
exactly.
dozing, she's sleeping.
Work is
You can't
No,
cheat nature.
No, but it's possible.
cheat nature.
can't cheat
Do
nature.
you follow her to work
No,
in
you
the
see her on
office?
Facebook.
So
You can't
still
cheat
posting
nature.
stuff.
Oh. That's the thing. You cannot
You
cheat
can't
nature.
cheat
That's why,
nature.
you know, some
It will
people
definitely
have
catch up
manic
with you.
energy.
Whatever
And I
it
can't
is.
Even
Yes,
if
whatever
yes.
it
even with
is.
that manic energy,
Whatever
at
it
some
for the
point,
man's
at
energy,
some
but
point,
at some point, something must give.
something.
She's
Yeah, because
Because our body is built in
Like
such
you
a
said,
way that
24
there are
hours in the
things
giver.
it wants from you.
Yeah.
And
I
if you're
saw-
not giving it, you can just crash it.
Yeah.
I once saw one joke, something, okay, not a joke, they were just putting it to us. How long does it take you to write, to spell out the words? Conversation. Put the letters. Assume 2 seconds.
Yeah.
3 minutes. You give it the time.
Yeah.
So by the time you finish everything, how long does it take you to eat? How long does it take you to wee? How long does it take you to, press? How long does it take you to bathe? How long does it take you to wear your clothes? How long does it take you to walk to your gates? Are you, when you're walking to your gate, are you doing the pinging? When you're bathing, are you pinging? When you're, there is something, at every time, you have to do one thing. This is where the planning comes well.
Yeah.
Because it's when you can now, as soon as one finishes, just like you said, you do a traffic system of what you have. But supposing this guy is a voiceover guy and he's an electrician. They're waiting
He's
for
a
him.
carpenter.
He's a carpenter. They're waiting for him in one farm. They're waiting for him in Chika.
Somebody's
in a late.
There's a light out in somebody's
There's
house.
a light out in somebody's house.
So
There must be interruptions.
There was
There's something you have to sacrifice.
So there was some time I used to run a whole lot of businesses, for myself, different things at different times. And
MMM inclusive.
No, I don't. But at a particular point, I discovered something. The work I was actually started a new job, and it was a writing job. I was doing writing before, but there was a full-time writing job. So I discovered that because for you to write, you have to be creative, and then you have to have your time and everything to do that. So I discovered that over time, they are calling me, maybe in the office, you want to do something. They say, oh, that probably this particular thing needs your attention. This thing needs your attention and all that. And then some will need your urgent attention. And once some call comes, for over 5, let's say 10 to 15 minutes, you're destabilized.
Yes.
For you to come back again, probably to relax and get into the system again to do whatever you want to do, it takes time. So at the time I discovered, I said, I have to shut down some certain things to concentrate on something.
Because at the end of the day, you end up losing both.
Yes.
You're
neither here nor
there.
When I entered this network marketing thing, I said initially when I started, it was so addictive. But then it introduced me to a new crowd of friends, right? And when I entered, first of all, the crowd of friends I have in network marketing, I won't generalize, let me be specific. The network of friends I have in network marketing is like 98% female.
Wow.
Right. Of course, we do the
Wow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, I know men who have been successful network marketers and everything, but the crowd I'm in is 98%
But
female.
network marketing is women now.
No, wait, I'm going somewhere with this. When I entered that crowd, I developed an inferiority complex.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Ah, why?
Why?
These are women who are driven.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brutal determination.
Yes.
No, I'm not
Brutal.
playing, you understand? If I sit at home and I'm watching a movie, I'm like, you are wasting time.
Somebody is walking
Somebody is working one workshop somewhere right now.
Somebody is doing like, I you open your phone. Somebody say, I've gotten, hello guys, I'm able to get 5 or 6 downline.
And you start
Are
shouting.
you saying? You understand?
You start sweating.
You call these babes and their line is engaged, and you know they are not
They are
having.
busy.
They are busy. They are not having a love conversation.
That can bring a
Are you
mental
saying?
breakdown.
Oh, yes.
I mean,
Oh,
like
yeah.
you go to have a social visit, and 5 minutes into the thing, they're like, are you aware that so person is coming from Port Harcourt to do this? Then, the other day we went to the radio station, and
that's
this idea.
Right.
Then
There's
I was
some people
thinking that we
just
should
on
do like
fire.
this. Women are not waiting around for
They're
men
not-
anymore.
No. Nobody's waiting
They
for
are not
anybody.
waiting around for men anymore.
They're not.
These are women who are like, they go out in a week, they do like maybe 3 or 4 workshops.
Yeah.
Come back with their 50 downlines.
Yeah.
Look, put them in all the strategic places and
Yes.
everything, and they keep climbing
And
up
thank
the
God for the men that support them, actually.
But
They
you
do
know,
have.
and encourage
And
them.
encourage
see,
them.
thank
their
God
own
for them,
good.
right?
Yeah.
It's for their
Very
own good.
recently, there was this
They're
video.
benefiting as well.
It's for their own good.
Yeah, but
Yes.
not even
Not
serious.
Not
support
ev-
now.
I'm digressing though, but not everyone sees it that way. But
Yeah,
just
there
thank
are
God.
some men who might not
It's
be
the ones who
thinking
live
about it.
the ones who live in 1930, but those
you-
ones don't think like that
Right,
anymore.
you know.
We have modern men now.
What
We
actually-
are modern men.
Right. This whole thing now, this whole, driven thing. I'm sorry to say, should I say I'm sorry? I'm not sorry. It made me want to be able to. Yeah, it's
like a
me
challenge.
More motivated. It's
Yeah.
challenging.
Yeah.
It's not so much about. At the point, my husband was like, "What is it with car, everything?" To me, it's not so much about bring out your money and go and buy a brand new car. It's what that car represents when you earn
When
it.
you earn it.
When you earn it.
Because it means that you've put in the work.
You've done your bit.
You've earned. You have to earn that car.
Yeah.
It doesn't come like in.
You worked hard for it. Yeah.
You work hard for it.
Yeah.
Well,
You earned it.
You earn it.
Can I say something, or can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Let's shift a bit. When it comes to housewives, what they do, right? Would you consider that a residual? Is this something that they do outside of the norm?
Housewives, I don't understand. They don't get paid for being housewives, so there's no income.
They don't get paid.
There's no income paid, actually.
For being a housewife.
Most husbands, most of them give their, most of that.
That's
Give them
not
allowance.
housekeeping.
For cleaning the house.
Exactly. It's not an income.
It's
not what
income.
you do
It's
to
an
earn.
income.
It's not an
Your
income.
They can
husband
never
is
pay
not
for
the
your
income.
house
If you want to
bills.
It's an
define
income.
just
Because
not an income.
most men will tell you that that I don't want you to work anywhere, and some will even
It's
go and get
providing
no wait,
for her-
chill,
for
chill,
her needs
chill
and
now,
wants.
chill. I want to land.
Yeah.
She now go and brings employment and say that sweetheart, I got this job and they promised to be paying
This amount.
Believe me, after 5 years, they don't- they stop
150,000 or
paying.
200,000. I
They
said,
stop
sweetheart, just
paying.
say, don't worry. I want you to take care of our kids. I'm going
the
to
home
pay
front.
you this every
How
month.
many
I-
men
I-
do
I-
you work
I-
with
I-
that?
I-
And
there is a
income to how
memorandum
many
of
men?
understanding.
people-
It means
Right.
the man has now written to has now told his wife
To pay you
"I'll
salary."
pay you." But
It's
what
not an
Chinwe is
income.
implying here
Yeah.
is the regular. Tell me this money. Let me go and do this one. That's not the regular. That's not.
No, it's not the regular. Okay,
It's
you
not.
know, she was
Like
talking about some women that, the women that she met.
The
that
ones
were
who are hand-driven,
driven.
yes.
Yeah, Imagine a housewife that comes in contact with those kind of women and
She would
feels
want to be
she's
part of it.
missing out on, and maybe wants to delve into something like that.
Yeah.
And maybe at the end of the day, the man says, no, you can't do that. You need to stay at home and take care of the kids. And the woman feels, oh, I'm going to be losing out on that. And the man says, okay, let me pay you for...
Compensation.
Yes, let me
But
pay
for
you
network
for
marketing,
doing,
do you have to
for
be
doing
there
this job
just by yourself?
At times you have to go
job.
for seminars.
If you are, it helps you more.
But you can
Like,
be making
I
phone
feel-
calls, growing your chain,
I
going
feel
up the ladder.
I have been limited because I do most of mine on social media. I feel as if I had the time to go out there and do workshops
done
and things
more.
like that, I feel I would get more downlines because people
So
engage
she's
with
right there.
you
You
and
are
things
also
like
right.
that.
It's another income.
So let me
Yeah.
tell you.
It is another
Exactly.
income.
I don't believe being a housewife is an income. It's not. Even if you're paid whatever
Even
amount.
if you are paid.
No,
wonder
that's
what
providing
I'll
for
be
your
on
family.
stage.
That's
Also say
providing
people-
for your family.
Also, when you talk about housewife, people look at it as a very. So I think being a housewife, number one, I don't see anything wrong.
It's
And
a
there's no
full-time
amount
job.
of money that can be
I
paid
think
for
it's a
that.
full-time
There's
job.
no amount of money that can be paid
Being
for
a
that.
housewife, there's nothing wrong in being a housewife,
housewife, yeah.
especially when it's not imposed on the woman.
Yeah.
And
Well,
the woman
being a
has
house
decided-
husband.
and the man, no, it's possible.
Ah,
There's
you
still
took the
nothing
words
wrong
right out of my mind.
There's still nothing
House
wrong in
husband?
being a
Of
house.
course.
There's nothing wrong in being a house husband.
Okay.
So because I also had a discussion, there was this discussion I had.
Sometimes I'm not convinced.
I had this discussion some weeks ago with an elderly friend. So he said he went for a course in London School of Economics, and then the professor, who is a lady, and the university. So we were having lectures. So the woman was saying how her husband is a sit-at-home husband. Like
That's a house husband.
By choice?
Yes, by choice.
Yeah.
That the man decides to take care of the family and take care of the children and make sure it goes wrong.
I'm not
wrong
okay
school
with
run,
that.
Bros.
And why the woman goes
not
out.
okay
So
with
let me tell you, it's about agreements. If
Yes,
you
some
have
true.
that
Understanding
As a
Some
man, how do you
agreement.
do with your
Yes.
wife? Really,
Yes.
as a man, how do you do?
Some
The
too.
world is changing.
How many times have I
No,
called
no,
you?
some
know
too. I
the world-
don't.
I
I'm
know
not
the world
okay
is
with that.
changing.
I'm not okay with that.
I'm sorry.
We
not
agree
okay
the
with
world
that.
is changing.
Yeah.
Yes, and perversion is also changing alongside with the changes.
So let me tell you what is wrong. What is wrong in being a sit-at-home husband?
But first of all, I
Sit
don't
at home
do
is
that.
not
What is
As
wrong
a
in being
man,
a
it
There is
sit-at-home?
what we
He has
call-
an issue with your
There is what
ego.
we call natural order.
Yes.
Water will flow naturally from the top to the bottom. It won't climb up.
Tell him more.
Natural order tells you as
But
a
at the
man.
same time, we're having
second
the
thing.
argument
that's
that
not okay.
but at the
But
same
things are
time,
changing,
but at the
though.
same time,
They are changing.
but at the same time, we're having the argument now that about equality. in the workplace
Yeah.
and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So even some marriages now, people are saying even in the marriage that things should be done equally.
Some do.
No,
I
I
don't have any-
understand.
I don't have
if
any
it
problems
happens, you
with
know, by
with things being done.
he lost
with-
his
with-
job or something,
with
but
being-
by
being done
choice, you
equally.
will just choose to stay at home.
But if your
as
wife
a husband,
and if your wife doesn't have any problem with that, she wants to go make the money and you take care of the family. I
you
don't
will
think
just
it's a-
say you want to sit at home as a man.
and take care of the family.
Oh, you'll be shocked.
No.
You'll be shocked. I
This
feel
is
like
how
there are
it's
moments like
totally wrong.
that.
I know.
This is-
They don't mind.
See, let me
And they actually say that
And they send their
in
wives
in
out
that-
to
in
look for
London
money.
that they have a community, sit-at-home husbands, like a community.
This is where I'm coming.
You know,
see,
sit-at-home
this is where it
husbands.
all comes to me. I start looking at the overall long-term effect of
Exactly.
a sit-at-home
That-
husband.
Exactly.
And I begin to see a
That's a good
breakdown
way
of
to-
societal
yeah.
structure.
Even the family
in the future,
itself.
family structure breaks
Oh my
down.
God.
Because there is natural order.
Order. I agree.
Tell him.
There is natural order. I don't wear my shoes on my head.
You always
the
wear
order
them on your
tells me
feet.
it should go to the feet. So it tells me that now natural order tells me now equality doesn't mean that one should. There is no supremacist
Wait, who made it?
arrangement.
Natural
So the
order
question,
for man
the
to
question,
go
so
out.
the
That's
question,
how it
Who
is.
made the natural
That's
order?
how it
As in,
is.
how is it? A
So we are
natural
still talking
order?
about
Okay,
we
let
are,
me
we are
ask.
still talking about income.
Yes.
Do you
I will
know?
come back to you now.
We are talking about income and how being a housewife is a whole lot of hard work.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
driving the kids to school,
Bathing them in the
bathing
morning,
them and
making
making
their
food to
meals.
eat. And I hope you know in such countries that they pay a whole amount of money for you to
that.
have people to do that.
In
Yeah.
some
maybe,
countries,
in some countries, and
some
then
coun-
in
underline
some,
it,
yeah,
some
in some
countries,
countries,
yes.
and then your husband comes and maybe it's an arrangement and says, sweetheart, your spouse, okay, you do the main work. Why maybe from this time
I
to
still
this
don't want
time?
to
multiple
I-
streams
I-
of income.
I take
the
care
man
of
is
the-
making the money. That's why he's a sit-at-home husband.
See, you know, you guys know why this arrangement, like for me, for instance,
It
why
doesn't
wouldn't
go well.
work. For one thing, I don't want all
You're being an
the,
African woman.
I don't want all the children to be murdered by default because
yeah.
of a food poisoning incident.
Okay.
I don't want to come
Okay.
home and
We
the
have
entire
the
house
best-
has
The
caught
best
fire.
chefs are men.
Amen.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I know who I married.
Hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. I don't want to
That
come
was-
home and then the whole house has caught fire because he plugged in the iron
And you forgot.
and then it sat somewhere and then Arsenal came on and then the whole world went to hell. No. So
But-
let's agree that it's not something that will work for everybody.
Well, it's not. That's what I said.
No,
It's
it
not
won't work
something
for
that will work
everybody.
for everybody.
Thank
But
you.
when is a mutual agreement
yes.
within a
When
husband
there's
and
an
a wife?
understanding.
If a woman can do it,
And if
a
it
man can do
works.
it.
Well, for me, I think it shouldn't be a choice, a matter of choice.
No, it shouldn't be a matter of choice. But if
There
if-
should be a reason for you to want to stay at home. You
Thank
lost
you.
your job. Or you couldn't
Uh-huh.
find a job. But just for
Yeah.
you to say, I want to
by
stay at
choice,
home.
I want to be a
my wife
sit-at-home
is earning
husband
like-
because my
no.
wife is
I
making
still even
1.5
can't picture it in
million
my
a month.
head. No.
it doesn't. It
How
doesn't
do you
kick in.
even start the conversation?
It doesn't even kick in.
Really?
Now you said.
I'm actually very lazy, honey.
But you
Can I
guys,
just
know we run out of time.
I
How
know,
do you
So that is a conversation that could go on. Maybe it should have had part 1 and part 2.
I'm telling you.
But
you
you,
know.
you said something about where the natural order of the man
Yeah,
happened to go
yeah.
out. If we want to follow by descriptions
Yes.
from the creation of life itself,
Right.
one was created before the other.
Right.
Man was
The one that was created first
We
is
came
the one
out
who
of
goes
your
out.
ribs. Yeah.
You know?
That's
We came
how
from
it's
the rib
natural
of a
order.
man.
Because imagine the woman came out, she's still a toddler, a baby. She's going to feed herself. The guy has to go and get grass and give her. At that
Roy,
time, or-
Roy, you
No,
are
Roy,
going where a
Roy,
huge
Roy,
debate
to
will
ask
come out.
you-
You
You've answered it all.
Roy,
You've
do you want
answered
to
it all.
do you want to tell me
That-
that work that the man is doing at home, that maybe they could have hired somebody to do and could have paid him and he's doing it, that is not a job on its own?
Yes,
It is a job. It's a
let's-
full-time
So-
job.
so why is what I
Roy,
try to tell
let's
you?
agree
But
that
we know
it's a job.
income. We know income.
Huh?
We know income.
Is income?
No,
There's
how?
income there just because it's
He's
not
saving
physical.
money?
Is everything? Must everything be
The
be
money-
When we talk
Naira
about
kobo.
income, we're talking about
Uh-huh.
money.
See,
You know.
let's agree that the last question you asked will be a rhetorical question because
Yes.
nobody is going to answer it.
So they
We've
can
lost-
spin
we've run out
around.
of time.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So I guess you'll probably agree with me that it was a very engaging conversation. I
Yeah.
personally enjoyed it a lot. I've been with Chinwe, Somto, Rakiba, not Rakila,
Yeah,
and
you
Roy.
got it right.
Roy.
My name is Mom, Deva Mom, and you'll probably be seeing me again sometime soon.